So I was watching Dr. Oz, and I'm not sure what this has to do with medicine, but he has a guest that talks about how to contact angels. All right, now what are angels? Well, who cares, right? I mean, we live in a culture of utter biblical illiteracy and a melting pot. So an angel is an angel is an angel. It could be a created administrator of God who brings messages to us, such as per the Bible. It could be an alien. It could be an ascended master. I mean, it could be anything, right? Just call it an angel. Well, anyhow. So she's describing specifically how to get guidance from angels. Okay, so now, from a biblical point of view, you know you're in trouble already. Because in the Bible, there's only two kinds of prayer. Prayer to God and prayer to false gods, period. And when you're speaking to an entity that is not an earth-dwelling entity as humans are, that do not by necessity share this existence, but can come in and out of it, then that's prayer. Okay, so now if you contact angels, right, you're sort of bypassing God's authority by going directly to angels, and well, loyal angels are not going to respond to that. But guess who is going to respond to that? Demons are, okay? And well, look, here's the clip. Now, this may be difficult to discern because...
How do you know if an angel is sending you a message?
There's a lot of really cool ways that angels will connect to us. As we heard in the last story, there's that inner knowing, that sense of, I have to do this, I don't know why. I'm going to redirect, but I don't know why, that sense of knowing. A really neat way that we get guidance from angels is through numbers in sequence. So if you see a great opportunity to recognize that the angels are with you, and you can change whatever it is that you're thinking in that moment, and make it more high vibe and ask the angels for help. Or 444 is the angels are... 555 is fasten your seatbelt, something radical is going to happen. So there's fun ways they connect. Very, very sweet ways.
Now, I'm intrigued by this. Of course, it's something that's not, they don't teach us in medical school, with angels that everyone at home and our audience right now can do.
Yeah, and this is a fabulous... Yeah, and this is a fabulous exercise called free writing, which I often use to deepen my connection.
Okay.
So we all have the chance to do it now.
So everyone gets paper out if you can. Folks at home, just grab a piece of paper, do it after the show if you don't have one ready to you. And what do we do?
So take an area of your life, whatever it is, where you feel you need some guidance, and put that question at the top of the page. I need help with, can you answer this question? And request the guidance that you're receiving. Then right below the question, we're going to write, thank you, angels, for guiding me to the highest good. And then, for 5 to 10 minutes, just free write. Let it out onto the page, whatever it is that you're thinking. Even if you're writing, I'm hungry, I have groceries, your to-do list, get it on the page. You want to let your logical mind just take the back seat and allow that intuitive mind to come forward and just open up that right brain's creative capacity. And that happens through just stream of conscious writing. And in time, what you'll see, hopefully, is this voice beyond yours, a voice of knowledge, a voice of wisdom, sometimes even a language that isn't your own, will come forward. And sometimes, for me, I've had this many times, my hand begins to move on its own. I don't even know what's happening. My handwriting changes, a voice that's not mine comes forward, and divine wisdom can come through.
I love it. I hope it's legible.
Sometimes it's not. You have to go back and reread.
So I want to hear from all of you.
Now, this may be difficult to discern because she doesn't look like the wicked witch of the whatever direction from the Wizard of Oz or whatever. Nice looking lady, nice looking hair, nice looking dress, and hey, she's on Dr. Oz, all right? But what she is teaching is basically a Ouija board without the Ouija board, right? You write your petition, so that's the summoning, and you utterly open yourself up to whatever there might be out there just waiting to enter you. You're allowing it in. She says you put your rational mind out of the way, right? And you just start writing and writing and writing and writing and writing. This is called automatic writing. And she, as you heard, she even states that sometimes her hand will move all by itself. And so basically you're allowing the demon to influence you, to speak through you, to actually utilize your brain and body, and then you take the direction from them by doing that which they have you to write. That's that which they write through you. And now you could read hundreds of occult books, magic texts, Satanist texts, Wiccan texts. I mean, you name it. You could read hundreds of them that'll explain exactly this same method. You open yourself up to influence. You put your rational mind out of the way. You give legal permission, as it were, to the demon to speak through you and act through you and move through you. And on top of it, you thank them ahead of time and you do whatever they tell you. I mean, this is unbelievable. It's actually not unbelievable because that's the culture in which we live. All right? Maybe a few decades back, maybe a half a century back, the people in the audience would, and by the way, Dr. Oz has his entire audience summoning demons in this way. All right? A few decades back, the audience would have been yelling out heretic, and you shall serve your God alone. I mean, they would not have put up with this. In fact, a few decades back, she would not have been on the show, period. But it just shows you the lack of discernment, the lack of biblical literacy, and the anything goes kind of mentality. Oh, this sounds nice. Oh, I would love to have an angel control my mind. Yeah, that's wonderful. Oh, it's shocking. I mean, it's not shocking in that it happens. It's shocking that it is allowed to happen and that people just love it. You know, it's just like the scripture says that in the end times, people will not stand for sound doctrine, but they'll heap for themselves up teachers who will tell them what their itching ears want to hear. So people want to believe that they have the power to summon supernatural entities who can do stuff for them or give them guidance. And that can't be God. I mean, come on. Come on, who wants to turn to God? Because, you know, God might actually have a problem with one or two things that you're doing with your life. He might actually want you to change some of your behaviors. So, come on. You know, you go to an administrator somewhere lower down, you know, like the secretary. Hey, Angel, what do you got over here, huh? So, it is that there it is. Dr. Oz teaching people through his guest how to summon demons and how to have them take over your brain, your mind, and your body.
Is where you feel you need some guidance. Thank you, Angel.
Something crazy going on here.
You want to let your logical mind just take the back seat. Stream of conscious writing.
You mad person.
This voice beyond yours.
It's a mad idea.
My hand begins to move on its own. I don't even know what's happening. My handwriting changes. A voice that's not mine comes forward.
Back in colonial days in America, if you proposed that as an idea, they'd burn you at the stake.
I don't even know what's happening. I don't even know what's happening. I don't even know what's happening.